I feel like you know when intent is
Yeah.
pure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Pure
like you be talking to
malicious.
someone and it's like you go, okay, like that was harsh, but I know where that was coming from.
Good morning, Ashton, Zoe, and Viphusan. How are you today?
Doing
Doing good. The
good.
sun's out. Beautiful day in New
Yeah.
York.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Congratulations on Boxcutter and its premiere today here in New York City.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
Yeah, so Ashton, I wanted to start off with you. With Rome, who is incredibly talented but paralyzed by his own insecurities. Did you tap into any of your own creative doubts to play him? And what did you learn about fear and ambition in the process?
Yeah, I think for me, I did have to tap into my own doubts and insecurities. And in some ways, I think doing the project, it helped me kind of meet a lot of those things,
Hmm.
you know? So I feel like as an artist, especially as a young artist, as I've been going through the industry, I've always been trying to connect to like myself and the things that I'm doing. But it's hard. It's hard to like give art to people and they have opinions about it and you just want to do the thing, but I've always wanted to do art that people see and create things that people see. So it's like such a fine line.
Hmm.
I want people to see the things, but I also want them to connect with it. But at the same time, going, who cares? I don't know them, you know?
Hmm.
So it's like if they receive something, they receive something. But if they don't, then they don't. So, and I feel like, in some sense, doing the movie has given me a lot of those things and
Hmm.
trying to like create a better relationship with it as I move through the space.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we were mentioning earlier, external validation. How do you feel about your art being externally validated in the way that, artists are always saying, what's the point of making art if nobody else takes notice? You have to really love it. So how do you feel? Is your work only worthy when somebody else takes notice?
Um, thinking back on it now, it's like I guess it isn't worthy
Hmm.
only when people take notice. I think the
Hmm.
doing of it and creating it is the thing,
Hmm.
like when we're creating this film, the actual experience of it, getting to hang out with these guys, like to me that was the thing. Now sharing it with people, whether they connect or they don't, isn't necessarily up to us. It's like such a subjective thing. Like I've known friends who go to a movie and like their popcorn falls out their hand and like they have to go rebuy it and they hate the movie regardless. Like no matter what it is that they're watching, their experience going into the theater is gonna affect how they connect to that thing. So it's like the validation can't come from how people receive it. It has to come, I guess, from like the creation of it. For me, at least. I don't know how you guys feel.
Hmm. I would say, sorry, can I
No,
go
go
ahead?
ahead, go ahead, you.
Okay. Yeah, I would say it's a bit of both. Definitely, I feel like it's very worthy to me, at least as an actor and as an artist as well. Like I'm sensitive about my craft and like my work. So whatever I'm making, like I kind of hold dear to myself. So whether people like mess with it or not, I'm just like I like it. But also at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like it's a little bit of a slippery slope because if you're like constantly searching for like very good stuff and then you're asking the wrong person and you're like damn this is awful and you keep beating yourself up because like you're asking the wrong people and you're trying to get everybody's validation instead of just kind of trusting yourself, so it's like it's a fine line and a balance to kind of know where to kind of stay with it. But I feel like regardless, like all art is art and your craft and whatever you're doing should have some worth to you whether other people recognize that or not.
The external validation
Yeah.
bit can definitely be a slippery slope, but I do think just for art in within like the whole broader sense, it is important to have discussions. I mean, that's what art is, right? I mean, it's for us to kind of um, have healthy debates, have healthy conversations about what really works and what doesn't. I mean, how it affects you, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it's subjective, but I think circling back to the whole point of getting that external validation, it can be very daunting, or it can be unhealthy from the artist's point of view if the intention isn't set right. If that kind of
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And Vipushan, you play Sid, who is the friend who wants success so badly, right? Maybe too badly. How did you approach playing someone who will stop at nothing to reach his goal? I mean, I think it's partly treating this person human. I think
Mhm.
we all have that innate thing within us that pushes us to strive for whatever we want to get, right? I think it's just an ordinarily human thing to possess. And I think with Sid, it's just cool to see how their relationship flourish over time. Because like Rome and Sid, they have the same brain, but it works in different ways. That's how I always kind of saw it. But overall, just with Sid, just knowing that his intentions are, is coming from a good place, right? Maybe the actions don't kind of, lead about entirely towards the best path, but he's doing it out of goodwill.
That's up for debate, man.
Right,
But see, then
right.
again, that's what we're here for, the conversations.
Absolutely. And Zoe with Janaea, she's the moral compass, basically, I feel, out of the three of the characters. An artist fighting for truth in the world, obsessed with clout, right? What do you admire most about her, and what do you think she'd say to young artists trying to balance art and rent money?
I kind of admire like her boldness. Like I really like how much she just, I don't know if I can cuss, so I'm not going to, but
Oh, you can guess on
oh,
this. Yeah.
perfect. I love how like she really just does not give a fuck. Like
Mm.
even like there's scenes with her in Rome and he's like, you don't even have permits for this. She's like, I don't care. Like I'm gonna
Mhm.
do it regardless. Like, where it's just like I like how she's very unapologetically herself
Yeah.
and like she cares, but she also has like a line where it's just like if it's something needs to get done. Like she's a little firecracker and I really like that about her. I would say that's what I admire, just
Mhm.
her willingness to just be herself.
Yeah.
I think what she would say to, oh, that's a good question, artists and just anyone that's in the creative industry or just trying to achieve something, I would probably say she would tell them to bet on themselves
Yeah.
a lot
So,
more. I
Mhm.
think that's one of the things she would probably say bet on yourself and trust yourself.
I love
Yeah,
that. That's a
I
great
feel like that's what
response.
she
And especially like, yeah, I love her fire too. Got that Jamaican fire in her a lot. But
would.
yeah, yeah. But also the movie uses the background of Toronto, right? Gentrifying neighborhoods almost like another character. How did filming in those real spaces influence all of your performances or even change how you see the city?
Man, it's insane. We shot all over Toronto. What did you say? I think we had like 63 locations.
Locations.
63.
I think so.
Mhm.
It was a
That's a
lot.
lot, yeah.
But it's like now
44 locations, actually.
44.
60. Jeez
This guy
Louise.
rounded it.
Still a
Yeah,
lot. Still a
but
lot.
it's interesting because now whenever I'm moving through the city, I'll
Hmm.
look at places we filmed, and it's
Hmm.
like just like a callback to be like, oh
I
man,
remember.
oh man.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like you go to some places and they're different. They're like totally
Yeah.
different. And so we
Hmm.
shot this like what, 2, 3 years
True.
ago or
Yeah.
something. And it's like to see how the city has changed within that time, where it's
Hmm.
like a film in some ways is like a memory capsule of the
Yes,
Hmm.
city,
yes,
Hmm.
yes, yes,
you know?
yes.
So it's quite interesting to see how they talk about the changing faces of the city a
Mm.
lot and
Yeah.
how much it's
Hmm.
changed already in that time and
Yeah.
how much
Yeah.
it'll continue to
To
change.
change.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, just real
Yeah.
interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love that. I've never been to Toronto. I actually haven't even been to Canada before, so it really let
Wow,
me
you
in.
should.
Yeah, maybe I'll make it there one day. But I really want to talk about the intense moment between Rome and Janaea when Rome literally tells her about herself, right? And really cuts deep, words that can't be taken back. For all three of you, how far is too far in an argument? Like, can passion ever excuse crossing that line?
I
It depends who it is. I'll tell you
yeah.
that much.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If some random I don't know is trying to say, like, yo, what are you on? But if it's like a friend, I feel like when intent is
Mm,
Yeah.
pure.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Pure
like you be talking to
malicious.
someone and it's like you go, okay, like that was harsh, but I know where that was coming from.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Janae is a real life hater, but you don't have to.
Gosh.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's based on intent for me at least to just kind of
Hmm.
like figure out was that person trying to be malicious or were they actually trying to take care of me in a way that I wasn't taking care of myself?
Mm,
Yeah.
That's a good question. I feel like there's definitely a fine line, but it also depends on like what's being said.
Hmm.
So if they're like, for example, like saying stuff that like it's like okay, like you know what, I can't even get mad. Like you're
Hmm.
not telling lies, you're just like shooting direct shots, but it's
Hmm.
like truthful shots, and it's like kind of one of those things where it's like I feel like you can receive it and also like just be like, you know what, you might be heated right now, but this is coming from literally what Ashton said. Like this is coming from a genuine place of care, not necessarily malicious intent. But if it is malicious intent, then that's a completely different story. But I also feel
Completely
like
different conversation.
completely different
Yeah.
conversation too. But it's like when people are mad, they get very honest.
Yeah.
When people are mad, I feel like that's when you kind of see like how they really feel. So if
Yeah.
they're saying that, most times that's truly how they feel, but it just depends on how they're saying it. Like it could be from a place of love, but just with like frustration and anger. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So yeah.
But you know those people who go like, I'm just being honest, but it's
Yeah.
like, no, you're just being mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, I'm just being honest. I'm giving you the truth. But it's like, bro, like you can give it in a way where it doesn't
Like
have to be so.
Yeah.
you're not being
So
a dickhead
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
even I think the point of just, exclaiming that you're just being honest kind of adds to that flame in a way a little bit.
Or it's like no offense.
No offense. It's
No
like, no
offense,
offense,
but this is gonna be offensive.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I have to say,
I
I
was-
don't.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
I have
yeah,
to
no,
say, I
go
don't know how I
ahead.
feel about because there's some friends who will say all sorts of things and be like, give those little shady comments, and because they're friends, and be like, oh man, I'm only joking. You got to watch out for those friends. So yeah, I think it's very much a
Mhm.
condition. Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
absolutely. And before we head out, Boxcutter is ultimately about betting on yourself. After doing this project, what's one area of your life or career which you're ready to bet on yourself next?
I don't know. I don't know. It's funny. I feel like I've always betted on myself in some ways. I mean, yeah, deciding to be an actor was a freaking bet.
Yeah.
Like this industry is so fickle. So especially right now with everything that's going on. But bet on myself next. I don't know. Just to continue being things in like a real way and say no to things that don't do that. I guess and that don't inspire me in any real way. So continuing to shoot for the stars. I don't think that answered the question, but that's the best I
Oh,
got.
yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah.
I think I would say kind of just continuing the grind and just like every no is a yes.
Mhm.
So every no is someone else's yes. So continuing to bet on myself. Yeah.
I don't think I have a very articulate answer to that question. But I think it's just a continued process of, being grounded and just understanding that I am in the process of growth within both myself as a human and an artist. And yeah, just like this guy said, just shoot for the stars, honestly.
Well, you said you don't have much of an articulate answer, but you were the one who left in the middle of your college class to go audition, right? So,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
you go.
that's
A-
yeah.
Absolutely.
I have a
Yeah.
question.
Yes, go ahead.
Because you said you haven't been to Toronto, so I was curious if in some ways, like the film gave you a sense of what Toronto is like and what that idea of Toronto is to you. Because online, Toronto has like an interesting
Image.
image nowadays, an interesting rap. So I was just curious if you feel like you got a sense of Toronto in some ways through the film.
Well, this is an actual first. I've never been asked a question back, so thank you for that. Yeah, so Toronto, I would say I was surprised. I mean, obviously I've seen photos, but I didn't realize like the skyline, like looking at it, I couldn't really place some moments in the movie truly looked like it could either be downtown San Francisco or downtown New York. Um,
Wow.
I like, yeah, absolutely. And I think it's so cultural, especially because it was given through the lens of y'all. Because I'm Caribbean background, I'm from the Bahamas. So, yeah, so I love to see all the culture and whatnot, but it just still felt so city-like. So it definitely is a city. And of course, a lot of Bahamians go to Canada because it's easier to go to Canada from the Bahamas than it is to get into the United States. So I actually am very impressed by the movie. It really made me want to go and see Toronto. So kudos to the team for doing that.
Sick, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pull up, pull up.
Come through. Come for Carolina.
Hey, absolutely. Listen, I had a pleasure talking to y'all, and I'm just so glad that I was able to speak to the three of you. Congratulations again. I can't wait to see what you do with your careers. Have fun tonight. Have fun. Y'all on a red carpet. Y'all are at a premiere. Do the damn thing. Very happy and proud of y'all. So, yes, until next time.
Appreciate you.
Thank
Much
Thank
love.
you,
you.
Chet.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
Thank
Chet.
you.